Hello, I am sitting under the table. I'm filming this intro after everything has been done because I lost my original intro. I rerouted Will doll, and this is an improvisation, a little experiment, so to speak. So yeah, let's continue on with the video. Here is her head that I already started to reroot, boiling hot water and plastic bag, because when I try to make the head softer, I don't want to make it really wet. And here's the rerooting needle. I don't really know what size it is, but I got it on AliExpress a while ago and it hasn't been breaking ever because I have really practiced my rerooting skills, and yeah. But yeah, here I'm putting the head inside of the plastic bag and trying to make it softer with the boiling hot water like this. But honestly, I only tried it in the beginning, but later on I didn't need it because the more you practice, like at first you will break many needles, but then as the time goes on, as you do more reroots, you might not even need the hot water for witch dolls, the big ones, or like for Bratz dolls. Here you can see the hair for the reroot. I don't have very high quality hair, but this is how I do it. I just take half of the hair and just like cut a little piece of the hair so it doesn't get all tangly as I take little pieces that I use for the reroot. Yeah, the hair strand that I used here was maybe a little bit thick. Yeah, like here you can see me trying to tape this thing around my finger because I have seen other people doing that to protect their pointer finger from damage from the needle. I had to be really careful with the needle this time because I was not able to use this tape. It did not work for me. Maybe I used the wrong tape. This is like a paper tape, but yeah, this didn't work. I had to take it off. I generally don't use these protection thingies. I am just really careful now because I have had a lot of damage to my skin in that place because of the trials and errors that I have gone through. And maybe in some moments it looks like I pushed the needle in a bit too harshly, like with the full strength, but it's not true. You really have to learn basically everything about each type of doll's head and the holes in the head, and how your specific needle goes in and how much strength do you have to put in and when and like what kind of pressure, and all of that you can learn only through trials and errors, in my opinion. And this is how the hairline looks now. This whole reroot took around 5 to 6 hours with little pauses. I was just watching Bratz TV series on YouTube on their official channel. So here you will be able to see, I will soon start to incorporate black streaks in the hair, and also in the same time simultaneously working on the hairline, if that's what it's called, hairline, the place where kind of like hair separates and goes to, like each strand goes on separate direction, like separation line, I don't know. And here you can see a time-lapse of the rest of the reroot. Now, when I have practiced a lot, it's really easy, but the problem is that, first of all, the way I sit, it's not with straight back, so that's damaging to my back and to my arms, and also my hand really hurts after doing this, so it's a bit like sacrifice. And then I try to not do these reroots often. I can maybe do 2 reroots per month. I don't know. If you have any tips on how to protect your hand from literally dying, then please let me know, because I would really like to know. I love doing them, but it really hurts afterwards. And here you can see me finishing the reroot. Ta-da! This is how it looks. I am so beyond happy with the result. It looks so good, and the lip color, like the lipstick color, is so matching with the hair, and it's so good. I just love it so much. I'm so obsessed with this hair. I just wish the hair quality was better. But to make sure that the hair stays inside, I will use the glue. This is the fabric glue that I use, and it's like a textile glue, like fabric glue. I will try to pour it inside the head, and I always try not to touch any of the sides with the glue. If the glue ends up touching any of the sides where the neck goes in, then I really carefully always remove the glue with these toothpicks, but I also use the toothpicks to just distribute the glue inside of the head. Another method that I personally use, but only very carefully, only with the doll heads that I think will actually tolerate that and not break. The method that I use is like taking the head and squishing it a bit, because I feel like then the glue distributes better inside. And sometimes I need a little more glue, but based on my past mistakes, I really try to be careful, because if there's too much glue, this is my squishing method by the way, but yeah, if there's too much glue, then that's not good. After that, immediately I made sure that when the glue dries, it dries in a way where the hair will be kind of already set in a specific shape that I want the hair to have. And I also have, I don't know if it's like a doll hat or something, but I kind of like put it on for the first 24 drying hours at least to set the hair in place the way I want it to be. But this is not really mandatory, and then I put it inside of this. Yeah, and yeah, this is really optional. All of this is really optional. I just do it because I just like to do it. Now, this is going to be her body. This is her original body, I think. And I decided to make a really simple, really fast skirt for her. And here you can kind of see a time lapse of me, you know, everything, just trying it on the body and then sewing everything together and then putting it on, and then also working on the shirt, you know, the top. And all of this took like 2 hours, I think. I'm not very good at this, but I really love to do it anyways. Hello! Guess what we are doing here? She's not ready yet. She's not ready. She will have to keep drying for like 6 or 5 more days, but the like more than 24 hours have passed, so we can unwrap this Kinder Surprise egg, aka this girl's face. And let's see together how it turned out. Look at that little hat! Wow. Oh, damn. Okay. This is how she looks. The reason why I don't want to put her on the body yet is because when the glue is, you know, hardened, if there's still a little, you know, glue that's not completely dried, then it's going to kind of touch the part from the body that goes inside of the head and holds the head on the body strongly and nicely, and then there's gonna happen a little bit of glue seepage through the neck, and it's gonna become a bit sticky, and then you might have to always keep using like a wet tissue to carefully get it off. This is like Will in like parallel universe. I cannot stop looking at her. She's perfect. Like, I feel like she's my favorite REROOT ever, like my favorite artwork. Actually, no, I feel like my first REROOT ever, I feel like it's my favorite. It has the best quality hair, like that hair was like really good, but like you haven't seen that. Actually, like I will show you my first ever REROOT. This hair is not as good quality, like honestly, but I have to show you my first REROOT. I wasted so... Oh my god, the hair quality is insane. This is the best hair my hand has ever touched. Yeah, this is like the best hair quality ever. Like this type of hair. Where did I get that? On AliExpress, I think. Like, you can never know on AliExpress. This was supposed to be like Genshin Impact Kokomi hair Lagoona. Her hair, oh my god, like this quality. Like, I need to find this specific hair. This is like top tier. Like, wow. Like, but like I had 2 packages of this hair, and this hair was like also quite expensive. I mean, it's crazy. Actually, like I bought this doll for like 30 euros, and then I bought the hair for altogether for like 12 euros. So like I spent a lot of money on that, and then I just wasted so much hair. Like your first REROOT, your first few REROOTs, first one for sure, like you are gonna waste so much hair. So try to, you know, watch videos about like how to do it, because it's not gonna be perfect, and that's perfectly fine. But like, trust me, if you like REROOTing, if you start to like really get into that, then you will have regrets for wasting so much such good quality hair. Like, is this Saran hair? I don't know, but like it feels so good. I can talk a lot. Okay, bye. Hello. We are continuing this video right now with the new news. The doll is finished. The doll is finished. So let's see her. She's here. You already just saw her. Don't go back. Don't pause the video. Here she is. I made her myself. Oh, by the way, oops. Yeah. Yeah. 2 gems. Because my bestie gave them to me today. And some, yeah, cotton things and stuff like that. My saliva was like going almost like dripping out, and she was like, I don't understand like why people have issue with swallowing their saliva. Because like you are not able to swallow the saliva, like you know, when you are lying like that, like you are like like when you actually succeed to swallow some of it, that's like success. That's like success. You can be proud of yourself. You can be like, good. So yeah, we will take a look at this girl. Also, like, this is from Japan, Universal Studios, Sanrio Land. I just love Japan so much, by the way. Okay, look at these. What I loved about Universal Studios though was Harry Potter Land, and you know that like if there's something that I have been obsessed with like my whole life, then it has been Harry Potter. Have you? Because yeah, that's so hot. We are looking at her. Like, she is beyond beautiful. Look at the hair piece that she has. It's like a hairband or something. And a little pin here. Also here. Like, and the hair is looking like this. And I made this shirt. Like this top. There are many little beautiful details. And this chain. Like, and like, she has my scene black boots. I can actually make any boots into black boots, you know. That's not an hairs in the mud. That's not an issue. I can, but this is how she looks. This is my first ever, my own rerooted and my own customized witch doll, and we are here for it. We are celebrating. And I'm looking at how beautiful the pink lip and this type of color of hair, how good it looks. Because it does. Because it truly does. And we have to bring a witch back to life. We have to normalize just being obsessed with witch. And we have to customize our witch dolls. Please tell me that you are also doing it, or that you will, and that you are inspired to do it based on seeing this, because basically we as witch collectors, we don't have a choice, because these dolls are expensive. Sometimes you have to make your custom dolls. There are not enough characters made from witch into dolls, so you kind of will have to make your own characters as well. And these dolls oftentimes are really damaged when you buy them secondhand, and they are with really bad polypropylene hair that hasn't been taken care of. And there is one doll collector friend who can do that for you. Like, just go, like, yeah. Just like ask if you want to know the Instagram name, because yeah, even the nastiest polypropylene hair. So this is like an advertisement also a bit, but like, if you just want to reroot the hair, if you want new characters, if you want, you know, the characters that should have been made into dolls, if you also want the really expensive alien, like rare alien doll. Why is she rare? Because she wasn't the character that was bought the most back in the day, and now people are like, oh, but like I actually wanted her. Like, yeah, you didn't get her as a kid when your parents were deciding what you were gonna get and whatnot, so you don't have her. So what now? what now? And that's where we start to make our own dolls, and that's where we start to rip their head off, give them made to move body because maybe we want them to be articulated, we give them new hair, and we give them accessories we make ourselves with, oh, there are even chains inside of this head piece. That's awesome. And we do all of that because we love our dolls. And you can do this with any doll, but for wish dolls, sometimes bad condition, maybe no original outfits, and you are too lazy to just watch every platform where you can get these items, you know, watching the platform several times, like checking all the time, just scrolling, refreshing, because that's what you do if you want to complete your dolls and you cannot buy them just like in one piece complete. So I just don't care actually about completion, because I am a person who is really imperfect and embraces imperfection, because that moment you realize that you are free. Except if you really want to complete the doll because you just want to, you know, not for perfection reasons or whatever, if you just like love how she looks and you don't want to start inventing something, yeah. Also, yeah, no, I didn't come up with this whole idea at once. This is like a quick guide about how to decide how you are gonna style your dolls. Some people on YouTube that I really admire that make custom little pet shop and custom dolls, sometimes they map out how they're gonna do everything, and I am not good at that, and that stopped me from doing this. But then I realized that I can just start with one tiny thing. I can just decide, okay, here in front of me there are several hair colors, which one do I want to reroot? That's the first. Second question, okay, I have many doll heads in front of me that I want reroot already, so which one do I want to give this hair color to? Like what's gonna spark joy? Like what's the next thing that's gonna like spark joy? Then I start giving the hairstyle. You know, maybe then I start to give the hair, I start reroot. While I'm doing that, I really look at the doll's features, like facial expression, makeup, lip color, everything. And then I just kind of like, the moments when I have free time, like little moments through the day, I will just go to the doll, I will just take a good look at her, I will just look around me, like look at all the mess and all the materials they have and all the fabric, and I will just like ask myself, okay, like what is the next tiny thing that I can give this doll? Because after this reroot is finished, the next thing I did was accidentally make this skirt that I didn't even intend to make. Then I thought, okay, like what top is gonna go with that? And honestly, I didn't have any, so I thought, okay, I have to make the top. And making tops is hard. I don't like making a top. I don't like making a top. If you know me, then you know literally nothing about this subject, because I have never said this to anyone. But I hate making tops. I just like hate making them. Yeah. So I still made a top. Next thing, like this top was without these straps, right? Without this little thing that like is not like straight. All of these little details, they came one by one throughout like 5 days or like 6 days, basically 6. That's the process of this. And then one last day, I just sat down. I made this totally by accident, only because my bestie said, hey, take the, the crystals that you have, just like take them with you. We will see, like we will go through them like when we meet. And I was like, okay. And just like looking at those crystals, I looked at the crystals, and next to me there was laying down, like fallen on the floor as a part of the artistic mess that there is around me, this ribbon, black ribbon. I never use these ribbons for anything, so I thought, wait, and the doll was like just drying next to me. The body was just like standing next to me, and the doll head was like just lying there. And I was thinking, wait, that's fun. And I started to take little by little. I started with like one little piece, and then I just kind of like attached the next, and I used like super glue, which is like gel, because that's just like not gonna become a liquid and go into the doll. It's just gonna like stand there and just like be on there. So that's my favorite. That's how it goes. So yeah. Also, in my experience, now I know, rerouting the big dolls, the big witch dolls, versus rerouting the small ones is harder. The head is like hard. It's like harder. These are also, I realized actually, even though they are really hard, and Bratz heads too, it's not that huge of an issue. You can actually do it if you are careful. Without, like I did both dolls, this one and the Bratz head, with one needle. It wasn't breaking. Because like when you actually learn to do it with the right pressure, and also thinking about your arm, your hand, that it's gonna, you know, and then you will be dying because like your hand is overworked now from that. You will actually learn the right density, the everything, and then you will not break your needles, and then you will not be in the situation where I have been many times, where you have broken all your needles and now you have to order new needles and wait for them to arrive. But some people make these needles themselves. Don't ask me. I just threw this idea to you. I just threw it at you, in your face, you know, because I'm not gonna do it. I feel like it's a bit dangerous. Or like you can just buy them, like sewing machine needles. I don't know, but some people do it. Go YouTube, search that. I don't know if that's relevant. So it's not the end of the world if your needle is broken, but it's better not to break it. And yeah, so this is how she, that's a connection place, get lost. Okay, yeah, that's how she looks. And also she has like a necklace, and she has this on her hand, and she's gonna go up there with the other girls, and you will see how all of that looks together. This is how everyone looks. Yeah, so this is how she looks, but I will do something about this display. I promise I will make it better. It's gonna look better. I need to sort all the girls, because like when I took my last video about the witch dolls, I did something. I just threw them inside without considerations and planning. So this is something that you have to plan when you literally don't have any space. But yeah. Oh, this Irma, I love her. Like, she's dressed in such a beautiful way. Yeah, and these shoes that this Irma has, and the nails, beautiful. Anyways, yeah, Will is so beautiful. Will is so beautiful. This is how she looks. This is how she looks, you people. I love her. And look at her, like, headband, and this is a little pin here, this one. It's beautiful, and she just looks so great. Yeah, I love her. Actually, I feel like this is how you can, because like this type of hair tie is not the best because it is thin and you have to tie it in the back, but you can use just like old hair ties, like those bands that like have some that are like flexible, because you can just sew them together and you can just, yeah, put them on, and like so that they can like hold on by themselves. And yeah, this is where we are. This is how it looks. And yeah, I want to give them a bigger and wider display. And these are my books. These are my comics books in English. I also have my comics magazines in Latvian, but those are ripped apart. I still have them, but they are ripped apart because I have read them so many times. As a kid, I did read them so many times, and yeah, I love it so much. I love all this, and thank you for watching. See you in my next video. And as a little treat, you can, in the end, like, you can see this really creepy demonic pony that I made. Do you like these ponies? Do you like them? Don't answer about this one. Answer about this one. Answer. Goodbye. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trust me. Goodbye to everybody. Now I need some changes in my life. Now I need to say goodbye. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who trust me. Goodbye to the people who love me. Goodbye to the people who hate me. Goodbye everybody.